So Stadia in 2021 saw almost double the games released, and truth be told, there was a bit more transparency in what we were going to see. 2022 is set to be more of a mysterious year, but nonetheless still very promising. Take a listen to what was said about Stadia games back at the end of 2020 for 2021 from a Stadia employee, and I want you to take a close listen to the part at the very end.
The stuff that's going to come in 2021 alone is going to be mind-blowing. I mean, just to give you sort of a sense of what we're looking at. We have over 200 developers currently building for Stadia.
Wow.
With over 400 games that we know about coming to the platform.
So guys, 400 games, and at the time of this video, we are sitting at 240 titles that have launched onto Stadia. So that is still another 160, and that was before they started acquisition for more games this past year in 2021 or the future. So who knows how many new developers are on board now. So with that, we have set the table. Let's take a look at all the confirmed titles for Stadia in 2022. We'll also take a deep dive into the biggest rumors and biggest titles you guys are wondering for Stadia. Games like Call of Duty, the GTA franchise, and more. Make sure you guys are subscribed for future videos like this one. Thumbs up to help that algorithm find us some more cloud gamers. So we are going to rapid fire most of the confirmed titles still yet to come in 2022 and beyond, so that way we can get a good idea of what to expect. And we'll start this off with some of the bigger confirmed titles like Rainbow Six Extraction. This is a multiplayer co-op game featuring full cross-play with all platforms, including even last gen. This one is set to release this January. The Life is Strange remastered version's also set to hit Stadia in just a few weeks. Dynasty Warrior 9 Empires also headlines some of the games coming early. Then we have World War Z. This is pretty much making an appearance any day now on Stadia and launch here soon. But now jumping further into 2022, we have a host of Ubisoft titles set to hit Stadia. Tom Clancy's X Defiant. This is going to be a free-to-play Call of Duty-like title. Will also have full cross-play and will be available via the cloud. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora was also announced back in 2021. Easily one of the most anticipated titles to come this year. Extinction. This is a dinosaur survival game. Not enough of these types of games in my opinion. Can't wait to see this one. Jumping into some lesser known titles confirmed for 2022. We have Fire Commander. This is a top-down game that has you firefighting. Resident Evil Reverse, a player versus player multiplayer title. Sky Climbers is set to have tons of potential as an early access game here this year. It's an open world game, but you're able to control monsters like in a Pokemon type setting. Threat of Revelation is supposed to be a AAA God of War like title. Also should see a 2022 release. Lies of P is also set to come to Stadia as another AAA game. Really looking forward to that one. Jumping into games I'm personally assuming are coming in 2022. Now these aren't confirmed with actual dates, but some of the missing ones are Far Cry. Now we have Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, Far Cry 4, and then Far Cry Primal, Mafia and Mafia 2 Definitive Edition. We have a host of indie titles, some here from Stadia makers like Battle Billiards, Bushido Bots. We have more traditional indie titles like Death Carnival. This is a brand new indie title. It's a top-down action game, features a story, and has a player versus player mode. Figment 2 Creed Valley. From Space, this is another new indie title set to hit this year. Jay and Silent Bob Chronic Blunt Punch is a beat-em-up title that I'm personally looking forward to. Mad Street's another game dubbed to be hitting Stadia here soon, another fighter. We have Fast and Furious Spy Racers Rise of the Shifter. I expect pretty much this game any day now alongside Zorro the Chronicles. We also have She Dreams Elsewhere. This is like a trippy story title. Soul's Passage game, a new indie Metroidvania title. And most of these games here that I just listed are confirmed and coming to Stadia at some point. Again, we just don't have the actual date. Now, before I hit some of those big rumor titles, I want to show you guys a list of games that have been rated for Stadia. These have not been confirmed by any means, but it still can come because when you rate a game on the ratings board, that actually costs a bit of money. So I'm expecting to see most of these games on this list. More than likely, we will see games like Troll Hunters and pretty much any game from Outright, the publisher. Also highlighted on this list is Borderlands 2, so I'm hoping that makes an appearance as well. well. I'm also going to make some guesses here that aren't confirmed, but I feel pretty good about these, and I know you guys are going to ask these in the comments. A Splinter Cell remake is set to come from Ubisoft, and I feel it's safe to say that would launch on Stadia without a doubt, as almost all Ubisoft titles come to the platform. Then we have a couple of EA games that I know you guys are going to ask me about, games like the newest Madden and the newest FIFA. Will we see the 2022 versions? I really feel we will, but again, not yet confirmed. Also 2K with the newest WWE, and hopefully a reappearance of the newest NBA 2K, as we didn't get the 2021 version. I am hoping we see those titles. With that, we're going to go ahead now and take a look at some of your most requested and rumored titles to come to Stadia. These are constant questions I get all the time. None of this is confirmed, but all of this comes from somewhere when I mention these games, and we're going to go ahead and file this under the speculation tag. Let's start this off with Call of Duty Warzone. The only thing on the books with this is there was a partnership that was formed back in 2019, early 2020. So because of that, I mean, anything is possible, and so you can go ahead and file any games under Activision or Blizzard as potentially able to come to Stadia. So there's always a chance because of this formed partnership. Now, GTA 5 was rumored all the way at the end of 2020 as coming to Stadia and getting the next gen version. This was actually from a reputable source that covers all things GTA related. As you guys know, the next gen versions are set to hit this year. So if I had to guess myself, the Stadia version would come delayed after the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 got their ports. Either way, I've been on record saying that I do feel this is headed to Stadia, but that's just me guessing and me going off of this big rumor from this reputable website. There's no inside information. Now, also back in 2020, Capcom actually had this giant leak, and at the time it had shown that the Resident Evil franchise would make its way onto Stadia, but at that time when we got those leaks, that had not even been confirmed. Well, all that stuff ended up coming true. But a lesser known leak in those documents was actually news about a new Monster Hunter game headed to Stadia. It was called Monster Hunter Endless. This was supposed to come in 2022, but there's been no news of this title that has surfaced just yet. So far though, everything in those leaks for Stadia have come true. Hopefully the leak continues the same trend. I do want to mention that my guess is that this Monster Hunter game would be an online title, so just keep that in mind. Apex Legends, guys, this is a game that I do have hope for, especially since at one point in time it was told to some reporters that there was a Stadia version, but they had to be retracted from EA themselves. Maybe EA simply just made a mistake themselves, and who knows, maybe there never was an Apex version, but hopefully that is somehow in the works or something that can happen. Finally, we have some racing titles that really showed coming to Stadia from Motorsport Games. This was in a presentation that was actually out there. It was never officially announced, and the games were actually NASCAR NXT, which is the renamed NASCAR Heat, Le Mans, and then another one. So hopefully these games do make an appearance on Stadia, but the truth is, guys, 2022 is very much in the dark in regards to what we're going to see on Stadia, because a lot of titles that have been launching on the cloud platform have done so in stealth drops. So this marks a very interesting year to say the least. There is still 150 titles set to come. With that, I'm guessing even more titles have been negotiated since that announcement back at the end of 2020. So essentially what I'm trying to say is the potential to see a lot of games this year is a real thing, and I'm very much excited about that. Let me know which games you guys want to see the most on Stadia, which games you guys are currently hyped for that are confirmed, and let Stadia know in the comments as they do watch these videos which games you guys want to see the most. That's very important. Make sure you share that in the comments below. With that, guys, subscribe for future videos like this. I'm Sunny, and as always, I'll see you guys in the clouds.